Symphony again, and I want to thank you both so much because John and Litta are going to take me out to a good old-time Texas meal.
Who's going to pick up the tab?
I am.
I want to.
Oh.
But I hope...
That's what I'm worrying about.
Oh. Well, I hope sometime you can both come up to our farm in Tompkins Corners, New York.
Fresh milk and eggs?
Yes, sir. We're building...
Fresh milk and eggs, David?
Yeah, we do. We're building a cow barn.
Yeah.
And if you come up, it'll be done in about 2 weeks from the time this picture's
Let us know when the barn is done, and we'll come up there.
All right, great. Well, listen, I want to thank you both for being so nice to me over the years.
David, I want you to know, and first of all, let me say, whoever's listening, that the orchestra last night just had a blast.
All right.
They loved it.
They
every
blasted
minute.
you.
No, they had a blast. They really loved every minute.
Oh, well, bless your heart.
You bet.
I really thank you. Well, I thank you both. And this is Walter Cronkite, Jr. from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, signing off and about to go to supper from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network. And I'm really lucky here because Walter, who's a wonderful correspondent for CBS station here, Channel 12 on the cable, has just been nice enough to interview me, and his wife Pat's a fantastic harpist. We're going to be playing tonight. And I just wanted to ask you, if I may, Walter, especially for my kids who are studying music, I know that your kids all play with Pat and her band.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering if you could give my wife or any of us who are parents advice on how to get your kids to play some music.
Well, it's not easy because actually just one of them plays with Pat, and he wants to be a rock drummer in the worst way. But we trained him to be a symphony drummer. He's fantastic on the timpani and all the other big drums. But he loves rock music instead. But he condescends to come down and play with his mother.
All right.
Her through.
That's great. And I just want to thank you, too, for being so nice in Corpus Christi to come and interview me. And
well, it was our privilege, really.
And your wife is a great hostess. And I want to just interview the two gentlemen here.
This is Ted Norman. He's my chief photographer.
Howdy, Ted. And Ted, your fellow worker is
It's Bob Stanley back there. He's our intern.
Oh, Reef. Bob, are you from Corpus Christi?
No, sir. I'm from the other side of Alice. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from here. Benbolt, small South Texas town between Alice and Kingsville.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've been down there, too. See, I go to the Kerrville Folk Festival every year, the last 13 years, and play there and have a ball. And I'm wondering for all of our friends at the Tompkins Corners General Store, who are budding news people, if either of you could give them some advice.
Come on down to Corpus Christi and enjoy the city.
All right. And it's nice here all the time, I guess, isn't it?
All the time.
Almost too nice. We could stand a little bad weather with rain, and you know that.
Yeah. Well, I know they're having have you been able to film any of the windsurfing?
Yes. We're having a grand time down here.
Yeah, we're just going to pan out here because these gentlemen have to go back to their work, but we can see the windsurfers are really at it. I'm going to zoom in there. We can see those windsurfers out there lying on the beach and flirting with each other at Tompkins Corners, New York. This will mean a lot. We're the only people in our county that have a everybody, somebody in Lukenbach sticker on the chicken coop, as well as an I break for armadillo sticker, because I get those. So we thank you for, after your busy time, to let me interview you, and this will mean a whole lot to all the folks where I come from back home. We have a little farm, so my final question is, for my friend Al Green, who has a turkey farm like I do you have any suggestions for what we could do to keep farming going up in the east?
Well, if you're getting the rain, I don't think you're going to have any problem. Down here, our problem is what to do if we don't get rain.
Aha. But we had so much we had to put our corn and tomatoes under. We got flooded out this year.
Oh. Pity we can't share.
I know. And do you have any fishing tips for us? We don't have the ocean there, but we have a lot of streams and stuff.
Well, I'm not a fisherman, but if you want to catch fish, come down to Corpus Christi and catch some fish.
All right, well, we'll be down.
Big fish.
Hey, all right. How big is that again? All right, we'll be down.
Those are the small ones now.
All right. Well, listen, I thank you very much. This is Walter Cronkite Jr. from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, signing off. All right, the fantastic Corpus Christi Country Club. This is Walter Cronkite Jr. from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, and I'm interviewing Pat, the wonderful harpist in the orchestra with whom I'm going to have the pleasure of playing. She's the wife of Walter, who is CBS correspondent I introduced this afternoon. Pat, I just wonder if you have any words for the people back in Tompkins Corners, New York.
We're delighted to have you here, and we are in for a fun week.
Well, I'm sure looking forward, Pat, to playing with you.
I hope it works out all right. I'm sure it will.
I know we'll sock it to him.
We'll sock it down.
And I spoke to Maurice Perez this afternoon and told him that I had seen you and we were going to play together, and he said to say hi.
Great. Hi to Maurice. Wish he were here.
All right, that'll make him feel good. And I really want to thank you for inviting me out to play with you. I know we have to go rehearse for all the swinging people that are going to be coming. Walter Cronkite Jr. again from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, and I'm interviewing my old friend Melba that I met 23 years ago when I first came to Corpus Christi. First time I conducted a symphony, I was scared stiff, and she was real nice to me and gave me some words of encouragement.
Melba was nice to you?
She sure was. So Melba, it's really good to see you again.
Glad to see you too.
And do you have any advice for the young musicians up in Tompkins Corners, New York, or
Young musicians. Work real hard at music and computer science.
all right? Well,
We've got to make a living. We can't make it one place. We have to make it another. Be prepared.
because they say you have to have a double in music.
That's right.
I have a few doubles myself. But also, could you tell, because we have a lot of friends up there that are still trying to farm. You were mentioning how you work out in your garden at night with that light and the TV set on.
I do that because I can't stand the heat. And I work at night with my big light, my radio, and sometimes my fan is so bad.
All right.
And the latest thing is to go, there are 5% of the farmers have gone into organic farming, and that is the latest thing, and you better get with it in a hurry.
All right. Do you do organic farming too?
Yes, I do.
You know, there's one thing that we have up where we live. We have woodchucks, which are about 2.5 feet long.
Ooh.
And
I don't have a good recipe for them.
we cooked ours. We had a pig roast, and we had turkeys and woodchucks. We had a sautéed woodchuck, but nobody wanted to eat it.
Well, we don't like to eat our friends. It's okay if we know, if we don't know.
Oh, okay. Did you ever cook an armadillo?
No, but I've heard about barbecued armadillo. It's supposed to be wonderful.
Yeah, we had those in Kerrville at the Kerrville Festival.
Well, I have never had the chance, so I haven't tasted it.
Yeah, I never did either, but I really want to thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Well, I enjoyed it. The pleasure was mine.
And for your hospitality, too. All those good...
Well, I think this is a good place to come. I hope you come back before 12 years.
Me, too. I'd like to, too.
And you tell Maurice hello again.
I will. I'll tell him you said howdy.
That's right, I did.
Well, thank you, Melba. I sure appreciate your kindness and being nice to let me interview you.
Well, maybe sometime I'll get up there in Yankee Land and I'll come see your farm. That'd be
Oh,
great.
please.
Love to do that.
You're welcome. I'll give you my address. You can come and crash out at our place.
Terrific.
Bring your family.
Well, I'll leave the heat and go to the cool.
See, we're the only people in Tompkins Corners, New York, that has a everybody, somebody in Lukenbach sticker and an I break for armadillo sticker on their chicken coop.
That's wonderful. I go for that.
All right. With the president of the Symphony Board, Jan Schmidt, who we filmed with her husband, who was the great auctioneer the other night. He's a bankruptcy judge and a master auctioneer. And Jan's beautiful daughter. This is Walter Cronkite Jr. from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, recording here live in Corpus Christi at Del Mar. Jan, what was your daughter's name?
Madeline.
Madeline Schmidt. Hi, Madeline. Did you have fun? Did you have a good time? So I hope the next time I come here, Jan, I could bring my wife and kids, because they would love it here.
Daughter or son?
I have a 10-year-old daughter named Alana, an 8-year-old daughter named Adam, and we have a 5-year-old son named Adam, and my wife's name is Laura Lee. Anyway, we really had a good time. Didn't the orchestra sound nice? They're amazing.
Well, I can't wait for the concert tomorrow night.
Oh, boy, me neither.
You've been busy ever since you've been here.
I know, I've had a good time. It's been some fun. And I wanted to get a picture of Ellen, too, in her costume. Thank you, Jan, very much. Everyone in Tompkins Corners. Can I get all of you together? Everybody in Tompkins Corners, New York, is going to appreciate this. And this is... Bye-bye, honey. And everyone in Tompkins Corners, New York, is going to see Ellen now, who's my friend when I was here in Corpus Christi. Ellen, I like your costume.
Do you like it? Thank you very much.
It's terrific.
You won't believe it, but I bought it at a benefit for an Irish house.
Wow, well, I'm just looking down at the beautiful feet there. That's a real Halloween costume.
Thank you. Here's my co-chairman, Linda.
I know. I was going to get a picture of Linda. I want to thank you, Ellen, for making all this possible.
It was our pleasure. We're looking forward to having you come see us again.
Here are, ladies and gentlemen, this is Walter Cronkite Jr. from the Tompkins Corners General Store Network. And this is all the members of the fantastic Corpus Christi Symphony. And I wish we could get a tour to Tompkins Corners, New York, to play at the General Store, where they really appreciate cultural things. And some of the people who've been here, I met 23 years ago, and they've been so nice. I just wish we could take a tremendous bus tour and go all the way to upstate New York, where our place, a population 300, would freak out to hear such artistry. So this is Walter Cronkite Jr. from the Tompkins Store Network, deep in the heart of Texas, signing off as the percussion get ready to rehearse the first movement of my piece. As we say in Texas, yippee-ki-yay, oy vey. Now we see the ship getting closer. I tell you, you can see some of the symphony fans waving the deck of the boat. I don't know where it's coming from. They're all coming into port. Come and see the Corpus Christi Symphony tonight, live in beautiful Corpus Christi, Texas. This is a very exciting moment for the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, because I'm interviewing the former mayor of San Antonio, Mr. Cisneros, whom I've admired and known about so much when I was at the Kerrville Folk Festival, and people love and respect him so much there. He's narrating the Lincoln portrait for us this evening at the Corpus Christi Symphony Concert. And Your Honor, I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be in your company, how glad we are to see you.
David, thank you, and let me just say that I'm looking forward to the concert, and I'm particularly looking forward to it for a few reasons. First of all, I'm a great fan of American composers, and tonight we hear not only Barber, and not only Copland, but also Amram, and that's a special treat for all of us. I, as mayor, was a supporter of the San Antonio Symphony and was pushing them in directions that would celebrate particular niches in music. And I was pushing for the music of the Americas, the composers of North and South America, to develop an expertise in the music of the composers of Mexico and of Latin America. Unfortunately, the San Antonio Symphony didn't act on that, but Ricardo Mata at the Dallas Symphony is beginning to act on it, and I gather that other symphonies in San Diego are looking at the concept. So the idea that symphonies would begin to celebrate beyond the classics, American composers, is special. And then to hear someone with as much heart and sensitivity and pride in their heritage as you compose a piece that has its roots in Indian, Cheyenne themes, and then other American themes, Cajun and the blues, I think is a special moment in music. And so this is a treat for the people of Corpus Christi and a very special treat for me.
Well, I certainly thank you. That's beautiful of you to say that. I do a program of the music of the Americas. We do Huapango by Juan Pablo Moncaya.
Yes, I'm familiar with it.
And Ginasteras, wonderful estancias.
Beautiful, Respighi.
And then we do the Canadian composers, Sir Ernest Macmillan, French-Canadian airs, and a lot of Duke Ellington and a lot of works of American composers.
I just wonder whether there isn't a market for some symphony to specialize in the way that Louisville has in the new music, for example, whether there isn't a place for a symphony to really develop an expertise in the music of the composers of Latin America, that then would find a way to tour other cities, to perform in Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, by exposing people to the music of the composers of Latin America, both contemporary and historic. And I just think there's a place there for somebody to do that. And I hope it's you, because no one else is really acting on it.
Well, I think you're very inspiring and inspired, and I'm going to suggest that to some people too.
I bet you that there's sponsors for it, and I know that there's potential recordings. I just have to know it because I broached the subject with the classical music magazines, and they did a piece with the Chicago radio station with me about it. But frankly, some of the symphonies in the major cities are bound to kind of what their constituency already knows, and a little bit afraid to experiment. But I have to believe there's a recording out there for someone of the music of the Latin American composers by an American symphony, which then will be played on classical radio stations, which then will create a demand. And in time, someone can put together a very nice concert or tour.
Sure, because Revueltos and Ginastera and Moncayo, Ponce.
The Latins, Spain, actually you could take in some of the Spanish composers and document their influence in the New World. There are also contemporary Latin American composers within the United States, a young man named Rodriguez who's done good work out of Dallas.
Right, I've heard of him.
So a lot can be done. And I think you could do a piece with Spanish and Mexican and Latin themes. Robert Joffrey had some pieces composed for his ballet a few years ago that captured the prayerful music of the pilgrimages of Our Lady of Guadalupe, for example, and did a ballet with it. And I just know that in the themes of the American Southwest, the discovery of New Mexico, Santa Fe, in the 1500s, in the story of the wonderful missions and the evangelization, in the story of the building of the Southwest, that there are themes as powerful as any we have seen in American literature and music that can be captured. I'd love to see somebody do it.
Well, you just inspired me, and I'm going to go speak to some friends, and I appreciate your being so kind to let us interview, and this is a priceless document that you gave us.
Thank you.
So speaking to the former mayor of San Antonio, His Honor, Mayor Cisneros, who's going to be narrating the Lincoln portrait and giving a beautiful idea. Para todos mis amigos que, yes.
And add words, I'll narrate it, and we'll do it together.
We'll do it. Ahora, para todos mis amigos que aprecian la música latina aquí en Corpus Christi y en Tompkins Corners, New York.
Buena suerte a todos.
Gracias, señor. Walter Cronkite Jr. signing off for the Tompkins Corners General Store Network. See, here's the fabled Tompkins Corners General Store. I'll zoom in on that so all my friends in Corpus Christi can see there really is such a place, Tompkins Corners General Store. We have a real good friend, Norm Travis, who's here. Norm's lived here all of his life, and he's the best auctioneer that we know up in this part of the East. He does the auctioneering for the Tompkins Corners Church, which is right around the corner. And I told Norm about what a wonderful job the judge had done in auctioneering at the Symphony Ball. So we thought maybe we could have a cultural exchange. Norm Travis could come down to Corpus Christi and do the Symphony Ball auction next year, and maybe the judge could come up here and auction for the church. Norm, you have anything?
Oh, I sell over by here now.
No, it's beautiful. And you auction, I remember I saw you auctioning off for years all the great stuff.
Yes, I have. Tompkins Corners Church.
And the judge is almost the same as you, which is the best.
There's always better. But we do good. We have a very good church. Good turnout.
And the auctioneering is really hard. I can show you the tape later on of his auctioning off all the stuff for the Corpus Christi Symphony.
Oh, yes. That's very nice.
So we hope that maybe we can have a cultural exchange and Norm can come down to Corpus Christi.
Yeah, glad to.
And we invite the judge to come up here to Tompkins Corners General Store right around the corner for our auction next year.
That sounds good.
Well, Norm, I really thank you to take up your time on the Sunday. Do you have anything you could say to all the folks of the Corpus Christi Symphony?
Well, I wish them the best of weather.
All right.
Everybody down there.
Thanks a lot. Well, we can see Amram is practicing his conducting out by the Tompkins Corners General Store. There we have one of the soloists from the Tompkins Corners General Store Philharmonic last year. His performance by the New York Times was described as somewhat wooden. But wouldn't you feel that way if you were in such a cold climate? And we have the music director of the Tompkins Corners General Store Symphonia. Now we can see that he certainly has a good baton technique. However, the New York Times described his last concert as somewhat wooden. However, that's understandable considering the cool conditions of playing outdoors concerts here in the fall. There are also some other exciting people we're going to introduce you to here, to our friends in Corpus Christi. But we'll notice that the maestro also has his conductor's hat. You can see there he's a full-fledged conductor, authorized to do these kinds of concerts. And the baton is ready to perform for next season's repertoire. Now we're interviewing Pete DeLuca. He's the associate fundraiser for the Tompkins Corners. He's the associate fundraiser for the Tompkins Corners General Store Philharmonic. And Pete, we'd love you. Have you ever heard the Corpus Christi Symphony?
Oh, sure.
Aren't they a nice orchestra?
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful. I heard them play very well.
Wouldn't it be great if they could come up here to Tompkins Corners?
Yes, it would be very nice to come up to this area and give us some of their culture up here. We could use it.
All right.
Okay.
Could you invite, as the associate fundraiser for the Tompkins Corners General Store Philharmonic, could you invite all the people from the Corpus Christi Symphony to come up here and give a concert?
the whole country up here if they want to come. It's a beautiful area up here for them to come and see.
All right.
You can see how we live, like they live.
Can we sneak out the door?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I gotta sneak in the door.
Here's $1. Okay.
Well, Pete DeLuca is very busy, so we're now going to sign off. And Pete, you want to say goodbye to everybody in Corpus Christi, Texas?
Goodbye, Corpus Christi.
Say cheese.
Lots of luck to you. Stay well.
Okay. And we're talking to Ira Tompkins, whose family, of course, was the Tompkins family that this whole place is named after. And Ira was going to say hi to everybody in Texas, in Corpus Christi, until you can come up here. So, Ira, can you say hi to everybody in Texas?
Hi, everybody in Texas.
Thanks a lot, Ira Tompkins. All right. Now we're going to move over, see Ira's good friend, Al Green. And Al, of course, knows about the Corpus Christi Symphony, and his dog, who's my daughter Alana's friend also, is a big music fan. We know it'll be too much to take the dog, named Lloyd, down to... Lloyd, have you ever been to Texas? Well, Lloyd isn't speaking. Al, can you say hi to everybody in the Corpus Christi Symphony?
Hi.
And if we have the great cultural exchange where we can take the Corpus Christi Symphony up here to Tompkins Corners General Store, don't you think that'd be great?
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be real great.
Well, thank you, Al Green. I know you're a treat at the Tompkins Corners General Store. We have 3 friends who come from Radio Bremen in Germany and just finished interviewing me for a program that they're doing. And of course, they know of Cornelius Eberhardt being from Germany and his wonderful musicianship, and even know of the Corpus Christi Symphony Orchestra. So I'm real excited for all our friends in Corpus Christi to show the international aspects of the great cultural exchange of '89 between Corpus Christi and Tompkins Corners General Store. And I'm going to ask them to say their names und nachher auf Englisch und Deutsch etwas zu Cornelius Eberhardt zu sagen und alle die schönen Leute in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Hi, my name is Michael. We're from Germany and we fly over 3,000 miles to see this wonderful concert he showed us on the video cassette. And I have to say, we are very impressed. It was a great concert. I'm very impressed and I'm touched, really. And Cornelius Eberhard, I know from Germany, his work, it's very famous for us.
Danke vielmals. And now we're with another friend who's come from Bremen, right here at the Tompkins Corners General Store Network, to say hi to Cornelius Eberhard and everyone in the Corpus Christi Symphony.
Hi, my name is Petra. I'm very glad to be here in this country of the Corpus Christi Symphony Orchestra. Und ich würde einen allerherzlichsten Gruß an Cornelius Eberhard senden und alle Freunde vom Corpus Christi Symphony Orchestra.
Danke vielmals für diese schöne Geschichte. Und jetzt, endlich, wir haben einen anderen Freund, all the way from Bremen, Germany to Tompkins Corners, just to say hi to everyone in Corpus Christi, Texas.
My name is Volker, and I would like to send all the guys, the members of the Corpus Christi Symphony Orchestra, best regards from Germany. And on the other hand, I really would like to tell them that they should be very glad to have a man on the stand like Cornelius Eberhard. He's very famous over there in Germany, and so I'm really impressed to see that he had a chance to work here too.
They're
Great.
right behind you guys.
Sie sind uns sehr liebenswürdig. And maybe you could say to everybody in Texas, Auf Wiedersehen, you all.
Auf Wiedersehen, you all.
All right. We're at the general store again, and we're speaking to our friend from Texas who's been to Corpus Christi many times. He's now living east, and he knows so much about the orchestra. Mr. Cody Garrett. Cody, can you say hi to everybody back in Texas?
How you doing, y'all? It's getting cold up here in New England. Cornelius, I heard a lot of good things about your great symphony.